Welcome back to another episode of My Watch Therapy. Today we're going to be looking at a watch from my personal collection, the Grand Seiko SBGA401. Nice touch, rice paper inside. Grand Seiko, they don't do anything halfway. They don't do anything halfway, and the people who build these watches appreciate them just as much as the consumers. I was lucky enough to get this watch in Japan when I was there last May. Got it used, and I even went to the Grand Seiko, one of the Grand Seiko factories where they make the high beat automatics. Actually heard a story how some of the watchmakers there like to get together on weekends and maybe have a little sake, I don't know, and sit around and bring their favorite watch and just talk watches. That's what they do on their weekends. And they're all Grand Seikos, of course, and they appreciate them that much, and they're very nice Japanese sort of humble nature. And moving on, let's take a look at the watch. Look at that. Look at that. That is what I said right before I bought this watch. Look at that. Look at that finishing. Zaratsu polish. Takes the artisans 3 years to learn that craft. Switzerland, it did come from there originally, but the experts nowadays are at Grand Seiko. Let's take a look at this watch. Take a moment just to connect with it. Get it off its pillow. .41 millimeter case, thickness of 12.5 millimeters. It's 49 from lug to lug. The hands are rose gold. It has a they call it a black dial with a sunburst finish. I take this outside and I'm seeing dark brown, really, which goes well again with those rose gold colored hands. It originally retails at $4,900, and I got it for about $3,300 and had one micro scratch on it. And so I think these watches are an incredible watch for the money. All the dial furniture, everything you see that sparkles here is done by hand. It takes them 3 years, artisans 3 years, to learn how to take the watch and these little tiny pieces and put them against a spinning tin plate to create that mirror finish that they put on there. They are absolutely artisans, and I think Grand Seiko, offense against Rolex, it's a nice watch company and they've been around a long time, but frankly, half of the watch that they make are made by robots. They have had the same sort of case design with some slight variations over the last, 40 years, where Grand Seiko is constantly pushing the boundaries of what is possible. And I'll jump right in and just talk about one of the boundaries. Well, in addition to creating Seiko inventing the quartz Astron movement many years ago, they have now took 17 years to invent something called spring drive. Says it there. And look at that seconds hand. What do you notice about that? I get a lot of people comment that says, "Oh, yeah, my friend's got a Rolex. It moves nice like that," or whatever. I say, well, this watch doesn't tick. It's not 28,800 or high beat 32,000 beats per minute. This watch has taken, so what they did, I'll do my best to explain. They combined a quartz movement and an automatic movement and joined them. And that's what you see there. You can see the rotor moving, which does tighten the main spring. But as that spring is released, it sends a current to a quartz oscillator. It wakes that up, and through an integrated circuit, it regulates a glide wheel. The glide wheel is spinning at a high rate, and it breaks the glide wheel and slows it so it doesn't spin out of control. It's difficult to do this. Anyway, there we go. You can kind of see it spinning right about 12 o'clock. Very high rate of speed. Well, that is being braked and regulated by that quartz oscillator to provide you with, in this case, I've worn this watch in every condition, in every place, and it's accurate to a little over 10 seconds fast a month. That is a month. Most automatics, even the high-end ones, are gaining 5, 6 seconds or losing a day. This is 10.5 seconds in a month. And for me, I'm a bit of an accuracy geek. I like quartz watches. I hope to review a Grand Seiko quartz watch and talk about the 9F series movement and just how far the Japanese have taken it. Well, now they've taken spring drive, again, that it doesn't even need to be serviced, okay, like an automatic watch that's going to cost you money down the line. And they put this spring drive movement in here, and I get comments everywhere I go. People are looking at this watch, noticing it, and I can't help but tell them about spring drive because I think it is a phenomenal invention. It is literally invented by Grand Seiko. So I think with wrist presence, like I said, I get lots of comments and compliments everywhere I go. The watch just sort of captures the light so well. It can be worn in, I think, almost any situation. It's a part of the Heritage Collection, and with that, it can be worn casual dress, I think in dress situations, easily fits under the cuff at 12.5 millimeters. I probably wear it a little more than I should in more casual situations, but I can't help myself. You can see the Zaratsu polish on the side of the case there, and then down the flanks. Get it down the barrel and over the top there. I think the wrist presence is very strong. Comfort on wrist, I can wear it all day long. You'd forget it's even there. It's not even titanium. It's got a nice weight to it. It's just so comfortable on the wrists. My wrist is 18 centimeters, so about 7.1 inches. But you can see there's plenty of room, not getting near the edge of my wrist. But I think 41 millimeters really is the size I prefer, and that's what this is. That lug-to-lug of 49 really helps as well. So I wouldn't call it a big watch. I wouldn't call it a small watch. I think you could go down to about 15 centimeters circumference on a person's wrist and certainly have a bigger wrist than my 7.1 inch wrist. Build quality is Japanese. I gotta say, anything I've ever owned, Japanese lasts forever. And this watch is just quality top to bottom. Talking about the bracelet there, you can see a nice Grand Seiko logo imprinted on there. It's a twin deployment clasp. Got to hit both sides to release that. Has really nice brushed with polished intermediary links there. Polished on the sides. It's just beauty from top to bottom. I looked at so many watches when I was in Japan, and when I saw this and I knew I was paying more than maybe I really should have, not should have, or wanted to, whatever, I bought this thing and I don't regret it. It just makes me want to buy more Grand Seikos. So someday when I can afford it, I will. They're that good. Talked about quite a few different things here. I think overall, it's just an amazing watch that you can wear in a variety of situations. It's got the passion of Grand Seiko. It's got the reliability. Outside, that dial furniture just sparkles, and I've never seen any other watch really be able to compare to this. And the accessibility. It's not like a Rolex. We're going to wait a couple years to get a new one. Absolutely not. Grand Seiko's opened a few boutiques here in America, one in New York City. Maybe in the comments below, somebody can remind me there's at least one other one in our country. And so yeah, if you can remember that one, put it down in the comments section. I can't remember it off the top of my head. So next, we're going to give this a watch therapy score. We're going to look at 10 different metrics, and I'll give you my final thoughts. So the watch therapy score on this SBGA401, I'd encourage you, before I begin, to like and subscribe my videos, and I would appreciate any feedback you could give me, and or future watches you would like to see on the show. When I look at overall appearance, this watch is a 10 out of 10. There's just no question about it. The Zaratsu polish, the attention to detail, the dial furniture or the indices on the watch, all being polished by hand and hand applied, it's just another level. It's just something that has taken so much care and time and done in such a beautiful Japanese way, if you will. It's very subtle. It's not supposed to be extra flashy, but if you look at that watch, it will catch your eye. Wrist presence, a 9 out of 10. Like I just said, it is phenomenal. Wherever I go, I have people that notice it all the time. Anybody who's remotely interested in a watch, it's like a tractor beam. It just pulls them in, and they can't help but strike up a conversation with you. Comfort on wrist, that's a 10. Wear it all day long. Cool factor. You've got the history of Seiko and now Grand Seiko, and this watch company, the passion that they have. And I think that's going to be a brand that Grand Seiko is going to be moving more and more upmarket and be giving the big brands kind of a run for their money. And very cool. The features, I think with that, it's got a date. It doesn't have a lot of other features, but I think the spring drive and that alone, the display case back is also a positive. We get the 8 out of 10. Accuracy, 9 out of 10. I mean, that's 10.5 seconds in an entire month that it's fast. Incredible. Build quality, 10 out of 10. I mean, there's no corners that have been cut at all with this watch. Versatility, you can wear it in just about any situation, at least I do. And so it's very versatile. The movement, spring drive, 10 out of 10. I mean, it took them 17 years to develop that, and now look what it does. It's phenomenal. Strap and clasp, very comfortable, very solid, and also good looking as well with brushed and polished features. So 92 out of 100 for the SBGA 401. Please like and subscribe to My Watch Therapy, and I hope you have a great day.